Hello everybody, welcome back on my channel and to XP11. Today we're gonna continue our series, the Switzerland tour. Yeah, I know it's been quite a long time since I have uploaded flights, but recently I wanted to fly a bit in Switzerland because I really love this country. Not only because it's mine, but also because the landscape is just awesome. Even more with Ortho4xp that I installed all over the Switzerland. Yeah, it's just stunning, as you can see here. So today we are on board of the Piper Arrow 3 from JustFlight, and we're gonna do a flight from Buochs, the last place we flew to Reichenbach, which is a small airfield hidden in the mountains. So it will be a very fun flight and a very fun approach because it all will be between the mountains, and with this beautiful scenery it will be just stunning, so really can't wait. So without further ado guys, we can just go ahead and jump inside the cockpit. So here we are with my tracker. It will be very good. So I can directly put the checklist here, which is very cool because you can check that everything is right. I think only JustFlight did this, not the other developers, which is cool, yeah. So actually guys, I don't want the video to be too long, so I'm just gonna skip the pre-flight, which is kind of useless in a flight simulator. So I'm just gonna check the before start. Parking brake is set. Circuit breaker, I don't know what it is yet. And guys, I just don't know how to start the avionics, which is it is very weird because normally you have a switch here, like in the Cessna 172, to start the avionics, and I really don't find it. I even can't find it in the settings, so this is very weird. So propeller are full forward, as you can see. Avionics are off, everything is off here. And we're gonna set it to the left tank for the moment. I believe that you have to turn to the left and right every 15 minutes to be sure that the fuel is equally taken on both sides. So I can directly do the engine start. Wait, I think I forgot something. Yeah. You know what? I'm just gonna go by instinct because it's a bit too long. Sorry if it's not very realistic, but I just can't start the battery. Beacon and anti-collision, you have to turn them on all the time. Alright, so this is good. And remove this to have a good view here. And I don't know how to start the avionics. The transponder is... where is it? There it is. It's already set to 7000, so it's good. We can already turn it on. So as you can see, it's there's a little light here to say us that it's working. Alright, so I'm just gonna check my instruments. They are not set for the moment because I haven't started the engine. So I can go ahead and do it. Pre-flight, next page. This is okay. Engine start. Throttle half an inch opened. So I don't know what the inch is, but it's around this. I think it's good. Alternator is on now. Battery is on. Fuel pump can go on. Mixture reach and then idle cut off. For 5 seconds, I think it's good. Propeller is clear. There is nobody here. And before starting the starter, something very important, I want to close those doors here, as you can see, and I can remove... oh, it has removed the loans. It has removed a loan, sorry, with the door, so I think it's alright. And we can engage the starter with, of course, the mixture on, and this full forward. Alright, the engine is on. Full reach. Actually, I have to push the thing forwards, the mixture forwards, during I put this to start, but I don't have 3 arms, so I can't do this actually. I'm just gonna put the sound a bit lower here, so that you can hear my beautiful voice. Alright. Engine started is... yeah, it is started, okay. And magneto is 2 buff. Throttle, I wanna have around 1400. I'm just gonna check the pressures. Here, looking pretty good. Alright. So, 1400 set. Next page. So, as you can see, the wind is coming from here, from right to left, so I'm gonna have to take off from the runway. Let me check here. No, Reichenbach, we are here. Oh, let me just show you. We are here and we're gonna fly between those mountains. Here, 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 and finally here, which is very hidden. The first time I flew to this place, I almost didn't see the airport because it was very small and well hidden. Alright, so it's gonna be a very cool flight. It's gonna be beautiful with this Ortho4xp scenery. Yeah, can't wait. So let's go back to the checklist here. The taxi area is clear. The parking brake, I can release it. And then I'm gonna check the brakes and the steering. I can already put it on. And I can remove this. So let's just check our taxi here. We have to take off. We'll take the asphalt runway. And you know what, we're gonna taxi through the other runway because it's a bit larger and easier to taxi than the very thin taxi here. And in addition, there is no one here. There is no traffic, there is no ATC, nothing. So let's go to the runway 06. And then we're gonna do a right hand side turn to then start our flight. So I don't know if you remember, but in my second video, I believe, we did a flight very similar to this. We flew between those same mountains and we landed here a bit further in Bern, Belp, LSZB. So yeah, and it will be almost the same flight, but in addition you can do the comparison with default and Ortho4xp sceneries, so you can see the difference. So I'm just going to check here that I start everything. This is the ultraviolet. Gear down, pressure look good, full forward, full forward. We can let the fuel pump on for the moment. Landing lights can go on already. One moment, I'm just going to put the nav lights. And the lights, oh, actually it's the other side, as you can see. We can put a bit of light here, looking good. The transponder is on with the squawk code 7000, looking good. And these are the communication, but I don't need any ATC. And the circuit breaker, oh yeah, those are the circuit breaker actually. They are all in, and of course the alternator is closed. Full forward, 1400. You can put the yokes. The doors are closed. And alright, we are ready to go. So let's release parking brake and taxi to our takeoff zone. So the steering is working pretty well. Let's just do a brake check. Brakes, yep. We have some default aircrafts here. I don't know this aircraft. It kinda looks experimental, but looks good though. Alright. So let's taxi properly, shall we? I'm just gonna check here, taxiing, already done this. Ground check, parking brake set. Oh, this is if I want to do an engine test, but We don't really have time, do we? Before takeoff, battery on. I'll do that later at the holding point. Alright. We're going a bit fast right now. I said I wanted to go through the runway, but actually we're just gonna take the taxi, which is more realistic. Man, that scenery is just stunning. Oh, I almost forgot one thing, is to align my my cap. How do you say? I don't know. But this instrument, you have to align it with this one. The magnetic gyroscope. Is it that? With the virtual, I don't know how to say. But this one has the true information, and this one is not well set, so I have to set it when I will be at the holding point. Of course, when you look a bit closer to the scenery, it doesn't look good at all. But I think the best view is when you're around 3,000 or 4,000 feet, just stunning. The other day I flew with a friend in Vatzim, some DDR4 flights here in Switzerland, and we flew over a mountain. I forgot the name, but it was just stunning. I think we will do a bit of glider here in Switzerland, just to enjoy the view, the beautiful scenery. I think it's worth it. Maybe I will do a video. Man, those sounds are just insane. The sounds of the wheels. Just gonna check, where are we actually? Okay, straight ahead and then hold here and then align and take off, and right hand side departure towards the whiskey departure, west departure. Alright, so I can just stop here at the holding point. We were a bit fast actually. Alright, let's brake. And alright, so let's do the before takeoff checklist. Just gonna check 1400 here. Alright, the battery is on, alternator switch is on, flight instruments not yet. Actually, I have to align this. So our cap is between 33 and 335. Alright, so I can align with this button. Yeah, it was like that, I think. Just gonna check here. Alright, let's see the instruments. The speed is good, this is aligned. Our altitude right now is 1472 feet. 72. Yeah, I have to move it a bit. 50 and 72, like that. I think it's good. Then our vertical speed is to 0, our cap is good, this is centered, and everything is looking good except the avionics, which I don't know how to turn on, but we'll do without it. It's VFR anyway, so we don't really need that actually. Alright, so let's continue our checklist here. Flight instruments check, fuel selector left for the moment. I hope I will not forget to turn it to right during the flight. Fuel pump is on for the takeoff. Engine checks we'll do as we had done it. Alternate air is closed, as you can see. Mixture is full forward, propeller is full forward. Flaps are not set. Very good to do a checklist, I would forget. And then the trim. I don't know where, sorry. This is, it's written cruise, I believe. Oh I don't know what it's written, but we'll do like its takeoff. Alright, so the trim is set. And the controls, very important. Let's check here. Left, right. Left, right. I'm just gonna cheat here. Down, high, and left, right with the rudder, so we're good. And finally, let's finish that checklist. Control tree and doors are latched, very important. Yep, are closed and locked. Next page, takeoff, line up on runway, compass, flap set, trim set, shuttle, full port. We already do that here. So around 65 knots we're gonna fly, and at 75 knots, okay, alright, we'll climb. And yeah, so what is our altitude here? We'll fly around 3000 feet or 2500. So 1500 plus 3000 is 4500. So I wanna fly until here, or maybe just 4000 feet is good enough. I think it's good enough. We don't need to go too high because it's a short flight. Clear for takeoff, of course. I guess we're cleared because there are no ATC and no one. We are all alone. Did I finish the checklist? Alright. Around 300 feet we're gonna retract the flaps, the taxi, and the fuel pump. Alright, let's just stop here. So I'm just gonna check the direction. It's runway 06 and we have cap 06, and as well as here, kind of. Okay, so let's apply the power, and we can start the timer. Not like that. Alright, the timer is started. We can put some power and take off. "65 knots, rotate. Let's keep the heading, gear up. Let's not forget the gear. We're gonna wait for 300 feet. Let's remove this, which is kind of annoying. Alright, flaps up. And let's climb properly at 75 knots. We are too fast, we can pitch up to compensate. Let's take a look here at the outside. Looking good, baby. Alright, so let's go back in the cockpit and let's turn right hand side towards our destination. You have plenty of space, we are good. Let's stay up with the vertical speed, 500, 600 feet per minute. It's alright. And let's stay on the right side of the valley. Because when you fly VFR, you have to stay on the right side, like on a highway, because some aircrafts could fly on the other side, on the opposite way actually. So by security, you want to stay on the right side. So right, I'm gonna fly here, here, all the way here towards Reichenbach. It will be fun, my friends. Alright, so we're almost 3,000 feet. We're good. I can remove the fuel pump, we don't need that. I can let the landing lights, because I think we are supposed to do it all the time. We just have to turn it off when we want to go higher than 10,000 feet, but it's a small GA aircraft, we don't need to go that high. I don't know if we even can. $85, we're good on speed. We don't have to worry about it. I mean, a bit, but not that much. Yeah, but something that is sad with Ortho4xp is that it makes the autogen disappear. Not everywhere, but at some parts. When you compare default to the Ortho4xp scenery, there is a lot more 3D objects on the default than on this scenery, because I don't know why actually. As you can see here, there is a city with some 3D objects, but I'm sure with the defaults there would be some 3D objects here also, but there aren't any. That's weird. So I can already start to turn left, because I don't want to get... Yeah, we're good. Actually, that's quite a long way until Reichenbach, so I can even climb to 5,000 feet to spare a bit of fuel. And normally when you reach, or when you go higher than 5,000 feet, you can reduce the mixture, and then the engine will have some better performance and will consume less fuel, so it's more efficient. Our gear are up, our flaps are retracted, and we are good. We're good to go. So it's a very short flight, so of course I'm not gonna cut the cruise. In addition, I just want you to enjoy this beautiful scenery. Yeah, of course, when you get very close to the ground, like on the airport, it looks kinda ugly because there is no 3D objects, it's totally flat. But when you gain some altitude, it's just stunning. I would like to do a flight in a Zemo mode where you can, where there is an approach above the Alps. Maybe towards Zurich. It would be just stunning. It would be very cool. So yeah, let's stay focused with the altitude. I'm gonna reach 5,000 feet very soon. We are not really on the right side of the valley, but it's alright. There is plenty of space here if someone wants to pass on the other way. It's more when you go through a very tight valley like here. As you can see, you really want to stay on the right side to be sure, so that it's not dangerous. For example, if there's someone with no ATC, maybe who lost communication, and you are on the left side, you can actually hit him. And that's not what you want, I guess. So in the VFR rules, you want to stay on the right side. So I'm not a pilot at all, but I just know it, I learned it from someone. Actually, I think it's quite loud here, so I'm just gonna reduce even more the sounds so that you can hear me. Very important. So let's guys take a look at the outside view here. Yeah, you know what I mean. So I had to do some sacrifice to get this, as for example the 3D objects, but I think it's really worth it because when you're above 5,000 feet or 3,000 feet, sorry, you cannot tell the difference. Maybe from here, yes, but you can't tell if it's those are some 3D or some flat objects. But when you're at 10,000 feet or flight level 360, you really don't care. It's just the how do you say, the shapes of the mountains that count, and the color, which is much more realistic with this than the default. I mean, it's obvious because those are some real photos. The default is just oh geez, we totally overpassed 5,000 feet, but you know, it's alright. I just want to maintain this altitude or even reduce a bit because yeah. So let's take this valley here, and this is just stunning. This is just stunning, man. Look at this. Yeah, no words, no words, no comment. Alright, so we are above 5,000 feet, so we can actually reduce the mixture a bit. Let's just listen to the sounds. Yeah, we don't really hear it, but actually when you reduce the mixture, normally the sounds go a bit higher, and then when you go too low, it reduces the sounds, I mean. So I think it's alright like this, so we can spare some mixture, some fuel. Yeah, of course I don't really like those clouds here. It make it look really ugly. Because at some parts it just look awesome, like here, it's just stunning. But at some other parts, maybe another tile a bit more cloudy, it's really ugly. So actually we're totally on the left side of the valley, so we can already start to turn here. So if you haven't seen my second video, the second that I made on my channel, I did a flight very similar to this one, so go check it out, maybe just to see the difference and to see what actually makes Ortho4xp to the scenery. From my side, it's really worth it, but more if you want to fly like VFR as I do, and more if you want to concentrate in a little parts of the world and not the whole Europe, because I know some people that just covered all the Europe with some zoom level 15 or 16, and of course it takes around 6 terabytes or more. So yeah, it costs in hardware actually. Nothing in software, but in hardware a lot. But yeah, I just installed the whole scenery, the whole Switzerland, sorry. It's around 120 gigabytes at zoom level 17. So as you can see, zoom level 17 is very, very good. So I think it's the best for the VFR if you don't want to go to 18 and 19, because it really gets heavy at this part. Flight level, now zoom level 19 is very, very heavy. I think it's around, oh, so we are 6,000 feet. I'm a bit distracted right now, but alright. There's no one anyway. We're doing this flight to have fun and to enjoy the scenery. Of course, if I was in VATSIM or something like that, I would be more careful. I mean, I would have to. So please don't take too much attention to this part, which is totally a bug in the mesh. Really annoying. In addition, there is an airport just here, so I just can't fly here. here because it's way too ugly. And yeah, I don't like that. Maybe there's a very steep wall here and the mesh don't understand. So I'm just gonna maintain the altitude right now. Let's maintain 6,000 feet. So let's stay on the right side of the valley. Man, look at those mountains. Look at those shapes. This is insane. So yeah, we are about to cross a very ugly part of the Ortho4xp scenery. The separation between two tiles. As you can see, this one is more, I forgot how you say, more dark than this one. Because it's not the same photo actually. When you install Ortho4xp, you have different tiles. And a tile is a compilation of multiple photos. And one photo is around, I don't know, 1 kilometer per 1 kilometer. And you can see the difference here. And the other tile over there is even more visible because here it's summer and here it's winter. So maybe guys try to ignore it. Just look at the shapes more than the difference here. So yes, we're gonna do an approach in the snow because the airport is just in front of this big mountain, and we're gonna do a downwind and then a landing on the runway. Let me check. 04. So we'll following the charts. I don't know if you can see here, but we're gonna come from the east and we're gonna I think take this circuit and then turn to runway 04 and land. Alright, we are pretty much on the right side of the valley, so we can turn here. Yeah, this is pretty ugly actually. Yeah, I'm pretty much doing a shitty job here with the altitude because it's going up and down all the time. I'm not really concentrated actually. And here, it's pretty beautiful. Yeah, something weird with Ortho4xp is that you can get some beautiful sceneries at one place and just turn the head and you can see a very ugly part. So yeah, that's the other sacrifice. It's beautiful at some parts and ugly at some other parts. So we have a weather refresh. Oh, I forgot to mention, but I have weather and time in live. So this is a real weather above Reichenbach. And we are currently 6 p.m. here in Switzerland. So I don't know where when I'm gonna post the video, but yeah, this is in real time, and that's cool. So as you can see here, there is no 3D scenery here, only the airport with one runway and a couple of 3D objects, but that's all. That's it. The city is just flat. So yeah, that's the sacrifices that you make with Ortho4xp if you fly VFR. Let's take a look at the outside here. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Another thing that I really like with Ortho4xp is that you can actually totally customize your world. It's not like, I don't know, Orbex, where you can just install the parts of the world that they propose, as the Great Britain. Here you can just choose one tile in Switzerland, the other one in the United States, the other one in Norway, I don't know. You can do however you want, and that's very cool. You can even install the whole world at zoom level 19 if you want. It will only take you, I don't know, 2000 terabytes. But you can. The only limit is your hardware space and your config, your PC config. So here we're just reaching the new tile, the snowed one. I mean the one with some snow. Let's just not pay attention to this limit. Just look in front of you. You're gonna see it's stunning. So I know it's kind of weird to be in real time weather, but to have some snow, although we are in June, it's not really realistic. But that's it. I can't do anything against it because those are the only tiles that I can install. Now, actually, I could take another satellite. How do you say? You could choose different. I don't know how you say. Sorry, but there is different photos that you can choose from different satellites, and of course it looks different. So I used BI1, which is pretty realistic in Europe, I think. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with this one. I think the Geo is pretty good also, but I'm not gonna change. It's good like that. Alright, so let's just enjoy the scenery, the winter scenery, and let's find a good thumbnail here. So I almost forgot, but we actually have to descend, because, oh yeah, that's our airport. As you can see, the runway is just tiny. But we are in a small aircraft, it's alright, but yeah, it's a very, very, very small airport. If we can even call this an airport, I don't know. So, alright, so let's pitch down, let's reduce the throttle. So this bird is very sensitive to the throttle adjust, because when, as you can see, when I put to idle, it just starts to pitch down very quickly, and I don't want that. I don't know if it's realistic, I think. Yeah, that's a cloud, I believe. That's a cloud. Look at this mountain. Yeah, I was saying, the other day I was just casually flying in Switzerland here, and I just saw this scenery here, this beautiful mountain, and I said, I have to do a flight here. And yeah, that's what I'm doing actually. So as you can see, I'm just gonna enter the left-hand side pattern here on the right side of the runway, and then turn left and align and land on the runway 04. So let's just find a good thumbnail before we land. Not here. This is stunning. You know what, I'm just gonna concentrate on the approach because it's a very difficult landing. Wow, man, look at this. Look at this. Wow. No comments. Alright, so we're fast and high, so let's just cut through the throttle here and let's not that much, alright? So I'm just gonna wait a bit to put the flaps down, because more flaps means more lift, and I don't need lift right now because I wanna descend. Alright, so I wanna stay very close to the mountain. Man, this runway is just so tiny. It's a very tiny airport. Yeah, we're definitely high. You know what, let's just bring down the gear and the first flap, so that we don't get this alarm anymore. So we're very high, so I'm gonna do a very long downwind so that we can reduce our angle compared to the runway, I mean. Alright. So I really want to touch down at the beginning of the runway because I don't want to go around here in this tiny valley. Alright, let's go a bit closer to the mountain because the base turn will be very tight. Alright, let's bring down the second notch of flaps. We have visual, we are too high. Let's just stay close to the mountain. And the approach speed normally is around 70 knots, so I want to keep that speed. And I'm gonna wait to be in final to drop the last notch of flaps. We're looking pretty good. Alright. So I'm gonna turn very, very, very soon, and alright, so let's start this turn. Left rudder, and a very, very tight turn. I just want to watch my vertical speed, not to go too low. And I have visual on the runway, let's go even tighter. Oh no, that's good. We're good, so let's drop our last notch of flaps. And let's concentrate on the landing. I remember this bird is very difficult to land because when you cut the throttle it just falls like a brick. So as usual, let's butter the bread. I'm too fast actually. Fast and high. Bad approach, bad approach. So we're good, I want to keep that speed. So I'm just gonna shut up and let you enjoy. Nose up, come on. Ouch. Well, okay. Alright. So let's brake here. Let's brake, and we can already take this exit. Whoa. Oh, that was a tight landing. Let's exit here. And let's park next to those GA aircraft. To this aircraft actually. The only one. Alright. So we're definitely going to do a replay here because man, that approach was insane. Alright, so let's align here and park. Oh. Yeah, I want to call drink. So hot here. turn here and brake. Alright. Parking brake is set. Yep. And 1400. You can turn off the timer. 27 minutes. That's almost half an hour. Yeah, that was quite a long flight. I mean, long for a video, I mean. Alright, so let's just turn the manitos off. Cut the mixture. Propeller full forward for the moment. This goes to idle. Fuel pump is already off. Landing lights, we don't need them anymore. Sorry. Alternator off. This off, and this can go off anyways, as well as all the lights. So, man, that approach was stunning. Alright, so let's do a replay, guys. Yeah, a bit before. So yeah, let's do a fast replay here. So we were a bit too high on the approach, but that was okay because we did a long downwind here to extend the final and then have the time to align. We dropped the gears and flaps. And yeah, man, this scenery, this fucking scenery is awesome. Right, so let's go normal speed. And let's see the landing. Actually, I was not really happy, although it was pretty smooth, but no, that was a kind of weird landing because I was not aligned with the center line, and I had quite a big angle due to the crosswinds, and yeah, that was very difficult to decrab. So let's just see how I managed to land. Coming in, I was pretty good on the approach, and I cut the throttle. It starts to fall. I floated a bit. It starts to fall like a brick, and then yeah, that was pretty good actually. That was pretty good actually. I'm surprised. But let's just see here with this view. Alright, so I was not aligned. I had quite a big angle. Cut the throttle, starts to fall, floats actually because I pitch up, and lands. Oh yeah, you see this angle? And then I managed to realign with the center line. So actually that was pretty good. Yeah, that was pretty good. Happy with this one actually. So yeah guys, we're gonna end on this. So let's go back here. So that's it for today, for today's flight. I hope that you enjoy. If you did, do not hesitate to put a like, subscribe, and share my channel to your friends to gain some popularity, of course. So see you guys in a new video. Stay tuned, and bye bye.